At a psychiatric ward, therapist Dr. Rose Cotter meets with Laura Weaver,
Like different people, sometimes.
a graduate student who witnessed her art history professor die by suicide several days earlier. Laura claims that an entity taking the form of smiling people has been terrorizing her and has told her that she is going to die. Soon thereafter, Laura stumbles to the floor and begins screaming. After Rose calls for help, she sees Laura standing up and smiling. With a shard of a broken vase, Laura kills herself by slitting her throat. Rose later sees her manic patient Carl smiling and shouting that she's going to die.
You're going to die!
Rose calls for nurses to restrain him, only to see he was asleep the whole time. Concerned for Rose's mental well-being, her supervisor Dr. Morgan Day gives her a week off. In the following days, the hallucinations continue, making Rose seem unhinged and dangerous to people around her, including her fiancé Trevor and sister Holly. At her nephew's birthday party, Rose's gift had been replaced by her dead cat, horrifying the children. She sees a party attendant smiling at her and falls onto a glass table. Ending the party in chaos. She visits her former therapist, Dr. Madeline Northcott, who suggests that her problems stem from her abusive and mentally ill mother. Rose begins to suspect she has been cursed by some sort of supernatural entity, but is unable to get Trevor to believe her. Rose visits his widow Victoria and learns he became increasingly unstable after witnessing a woman die by suicide several days prior to his death. Rose asks her ex-boyfriend Joel, a police detective, to go through police records.
Are you serious?
They find several cases where someone witnessed a suicide. Rose visits Holly and attempts to explain the situation, but only further strains their relationship. The hallucinations continue to escalate in intensity.
Holly.
Joel calls her, revealing that he discovered all the witnesses died by suicide within a week. Thus finding out himself, Rose is in fact cursed. The exception was Robert Talley. Rose and Joel visit Robert in jail, where the latter claims the entity feeds on trauma, and the only way to escape it is to kill someone in front of a witness.
That's the only way you can get rid of it. The only way.
Rose angrily rejects the option and leaves. She is confronted at home by the entity in Madeline's form, where it gleefully warns her she's running out of time.
No.
Almost time, Rose.
Rose impulsively drives to a hospital with a knife and hallucinates murdering Carl in front of Morgan to pass the entity to him, when he suddenly begins to peel off his face. She snaps out of it and hastily drives away, though not before Morgan spots the knife. Worried about the danger she may pose, he alerts the police. Rose drives to her abandoned family home, convinced that she can't pass on the entity if she remains alone. Rose confronts the entity in the form of her mother. Rose had fearfully ignored her pleas for help after she overdosed and accidentally left her to die. The entity attacks Rose, but she manages to kill it by setting it on fire. And flee the burning house. Then she drives to Joel's apartment, where he comforts her. When Joel starts smiling, Rose realizes everything that happened from the moment she entered her old house was a hallucination. Soon, the real Joel pulls up, having tracked Rose's phone. Rose is convinced that he is either the entity or its next victim and runs screaming into the house and locks Joel out, only to realize she has accidentally locked herself in with the still living entity. The entity approaches the now despairing Rose and immediately rips off its own skin to reveal its true form, a giant, skinless humanoid with multiple sets of malformed jaws nested within an enormous, smiling mouth. Upon seeing this, Rose is completely paralyzed from shock, and the entity forces itself inside her body through her mouth. Joel breaks down the front door only to see a smiling Rose set herself on fire, tossing the entity onto him. Do you like the video? please don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you always updated to the videos we upload. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.